Gigabyte Aero 15 OLED. It wobbles really bad, like really bad. When you're typing, you cannot read the text on the screen. It is unbelievably annoying, and I have no idea how could they make something like this. And the angle you can open the lid. It is just a joke. Forget about using this laptop on your lap. Location of ports is so damn retarded. They are all on the sides of the laptop. There's not a single port on the back. Ethernet, power supply cable, and couple of USBs have to be on the back side of the laptop. They're always getting in the way of your mouse or maybe external keyboard if you're using it. I literally had to lift the laptop up just to remove SD card. That camera physical cover is just useless. Considering its location just basically pointed on your chin or your ceiling, and I have no idea how much of sensitive data you're storing on your damn chin. The switch which would physically disconnect a microphone would make so much more sense. It has a fingerprint scanner, but the trim around the scanner is very subtle. I had problems finding it without looking down. Sometimes it was really frustrating, especially in a rush. Yeah, happens too often to me. Anyway, scanner itself, well, I don't know what to say about it, so it was probably working okay. There's some delay, maybe response time or pulling rate of the touchpad is just low. I had that feeling when that pointer is always chasing the spot where exactly this pointer had to be at the moment. I'm not going to say about that trackpad much, it's just straight bad, and comparing it to Max, it's really frustrating and infuriating to use. Tried to use it for a couple days, but felt constant urge to connect a mouse, and so I did. Bumps on F and K keys are very subtle, hard and annoying to find with your fingers if you type without looking at the keyboard. Keyboard layout feels really cramped because of the numpad. For some people, having it either on a 15-inch model is gonna be a good thing, and for some, not really. Keyboard is shifted to the left, not symmetrical, and looks just retarded. So, again, maybe just give us an option. Keyboard with symmetrical and nice looking spacious layout without numpad, and messed up claustrophobic keyboard with numpad. Keys itself though are nice, soft, pleasant to type on. That Gigabyte control center is just a pile of random settings. NVIDIA control center, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth switches, I mean those buttons are literally on the keyboard. Many of those settings can be accessed from other places. There are performance modes, mere existence of which I hate in every Windows laptop. So, when you switch performance mode on this laptop, brightness level changes every time. Just imagine, you're sitting in the dark with a very dim screen and you, by some reason, have to switch performance mode. And now the screen at maxed out brightness just burning the shit out of your eyes. It physically hurts and it's so damn stupid. But you can control fan curve in that Gigabyte control center, which is cool. Yeah, I mean hot. So damn hot, this thing won't even allow you to drop fan speeds below 25% or something. You can't make this laptop completely silent as I wanted in the first place before I bought the laptop. Fans must be always on because it is so damn hot. GPU gets to 86 degrees. 86 degrees, and there's just not enough airflow. And if I put this laptop like this, temperatures drop 10 degrees, which is still hot, but the worst thing here is a damn noise. It is so fucking loud. The fans get crazy the moment I turn this thing on the first time. Extremely loud. No matter how you tweak that useless fan curve, it is hard to concentrate at work. It is hard to exist with that thing at the same time, in the same room, so damn loud. SSD is also slow for the price of the laptop. I read about problems with Wi-Fi even before I bought the laptop, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. It just kept losing connection. Impossible to browse the internet, impossible to watch YouTube, impossible to do anything via Wi-Fi. It is just better to think that this laptop doesn't have a Wi-Fi at all. And another thing that kept stop working is the sound. There was sometimes just that little message telling that no audio devices found. It was really annoying. I had to restart the laptop. I have no idea why are you all bitching that it's a 4K panel on a 3060 laptop. Oh my god, how am I going to play on a 4K panel? It's just a 3060. Maybe don't. I mean, just switch to Full HD, maybe turn on integer scaling and just play in not 4K. It is reflective, basically a black mirror. Sometimes annoying, yes, but I'm not a houseplant, so I can sit facing light source. Colors are vivid. It's just nice to watch some TV series or high quality YouTube videos on it. Punchy colors with a lot of contrast. Response time is fast. No smearing, no ghosting. As any other OLED displays, it suffers from black crash. On low brightness, there's just pure black in those areas where it's supposed to be some shades of gray or near black tones. Here, I'm comparing that Gigabyte Aero 15 OLED with LCD screen on Surface Pro. Video is overexposed, so do not mind the noise. As you see, when OLED on low brightness, there is basically no details in the shadows. On the surface, everything is fine. If you're watching dark movie or playing a dark game, you have to crank up brightness to maximum just to see anything at all. There's that weird texture on the display. If you examine the screen very closely, it looks like some colorful spots, dots, specks of red, green and blue dust. If I got it right, it is called dithering. And so is that black crash seems to be that every OLED display has it, that dithering. Not really annoying from normal viewing distances, but it takes from the clarity a little bit. LCD panel going to be sharper and clearer with the same resolution and the same panel size. And now let's talk about particular panel I ended up with. It's a Samsung panel, and there are those stickers reassuring that the panel is factory calibrated, Pantone validated and shit. So it's practically perfect, right? Right? That factory calibration is just a basic retarded ICC profile with all its flaws, including correction those damn gradients and not working in full screen apps. Here are photos of the same menu on that premium factory Pantone calibrated Samsung validated Gigabyte Aero laptop OLED display and made in 2013 LG television. Gradients on OLED screen are fucked up completely. It's just a day and night difference. More than that, I have a suspicion that it is the same ICC profile for every Gigabyte Aero 15 OLED. To confirm it, I uploaded my unit's ICC profile so you can download and compare to yours. Maybe even using some programs like Total Commander, when you can compare files bit by bit by its content. After you do this, let us know in the comments. I also should have compared those gradients with ICC profile disabled completely on the laptop, but I didn't even bother because of this shit. Left part of the screen has very bad green tint, and googling it, I made a conclusion that the problem is widespread. Funny thing though, that ICC profile, which is factory calibrated, was making everything only worse. If without it, that green tint was visible only when they are near blacks. With ICC profile, it was visible always, even on bright colors if you look carefully. So that factory calibration messed up those gradients really bad. Just to make it clear, this acid green part of the screen is always there, no matter if ICC profile is applied or not. It is hardware problem, not software. ICC profile was just making it worse because it was messing up with gradients. But the worst thing about this screen, it flickers like fucking crazy. It was just burning off my fucking eyes. I could only use this display at maximum brightness, where it flickers the least. But I still couldn't use it for a long time. If the screen is dim, I have that feeling of coarse and rough sand in my damn eyes. If you are not sensitive to that PWM stuff and probably thinking that I'm just talking gibberish right now, well, bad for you. Your brain is. And here, this thing destroying your eyes and physically making you sick. Expect deterioration in your health sooner or later after staring at this abomination every day for hours. So you fed up with this laptop and want to return it, or maybe make this laptop someone else's problem. So you have to recover it from factory image. Shame you can't. There is no recovery. Actually, there is a recovery, but it is not working. There is even a tool called System Recover Fix, but it's not working as well. I wasted a couple of days trying to recover this thing from factory image, but I failed. And I ended up reinstalling Windows from USB drive I created with that Microsoft Media Creation Tool or whatever it's called, completely wiping the drive. And if you forgot, you are probably lost that precious ICC profile and those piles of garbage bloatware. I think you probably should ditch anyway, just to get a clean Windows installation. So, the bottom line. The bottom line is, the laptop is a fucking joke. A very bad and expensive one. It won't even stand still on the table. Unbelievably loud, crazy hot. Does not have a Wi-Fi, sound stops working from time to time, and has a shitty screen. As long as we tolerate flaws like this, companies will keep shipping that kind of garbage to us, not even bothering to fix it in the first place. Year by year, the same piles of trash with a brand new smell. So vote with your buck. If you have one of those problems I just mentioned, or maybe other problems, return this shit while you still can. Only this way we can make companies to start doing something. Thank you for watching. Show me some love in the comments below.
By the way, that thing's mere existence is a sin. Fuck all of you assholes. I hope you all get cancer and die.